Now we're good to go.
Okay. Good morning. For the record, I'm Chris Young, Chair of the HTC Sign Advisory Committee. Let's confirm access. Members, please respond with an aye. Mark Catone.
Aye.
Kevin Kuster.
Aye.
Paul Wolf.
Aye.
And for staff, we have Billy Said.
Here.
This open meeting of the HTC's SAC is being conducted remotely, consistent with Governor Baker's executive order of March 12th, 2020. That order, posted with the agenda materials for this meeting, allows public bodies to convene remotely so long as public access to deliberations is reasonably provided. This meeting is convening via Zoom with video and audio recording available on the town's YouTube channel. We will feature public comment, and materials provided for the meeting or provided during the meeting are, unless otherwise noted, available on the town's website. During the meeting, I'll introduce agenda topics and speakers. Please remember to mute Zoom audio until your name's called, and direct comments and questions through the chair to avoid crosstalk and the taking of minutes easier. Votes will be conducted by roll call. So let's call the meeting to order at 9:02 on June 11th, 2024. Do we have a motion to adopt our agenda?
Second.
Thanks, Mark. Kevin, are you in favor?
Aye.
Mark?
Aye.
Paul?
Aye.
Great. We do not have minutes to review, so we'll move on to public comments. Is anybody on the call to comment on anything other than an agenda topic? Okay, seeing nobody. Commissioner comments? Any commissioners want to speak? All right, let's move on to new business. The first order up is a temporary sign revision for 29 Center Street LLC. And is anybody on the call to represent this?
I am, yes, sir.
Okay.
Sorry, Chris, are you the application?
Yes, we do see the application. Okay. So there's nobody on the call that we're aware of for this.
I am here for it.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks, Ben. Just tell us a little bit about the application here. Is this, we're revisiting the conversation from last week?
Yes, sir. I made it clear to the client that all the logos and Bank of America stuff had to go, which I had been clear to them since the beginning. It was just hard to kind of do the channels. So as you can see at the bottom, we have made the sign much smaller, 15 by 30. It is still a wooden sign, applied letters, serif with beveled edges. But it is much, much smaller, no logos. It just tells them there is the women's small business pop-up inside, if that would possibly work.
Okay, thank you. And this is going in the Peter Beaton location?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Excellent. And there's no application coming back for the other location, is that correct? No,
Center Street, I think you guys made it clear that that was an oversight on our research, so we just abandoned it.
Okay, excellent. Thanks for introducing all that. Let's just go Kevin, Mark, Paul. Kevin, go ahead.
I have no comments.
Okay, Mark?
No concerns.
And Paul?
I guess I have no concerns. Just to refresh my memory, what's the time frame of this?
It's going to be very temporary. It goes up the 17th and comes down the 24th.
7 days. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mark. Thank you. So that was motion by Kevin, second by Mark. Paul, are you in favor?
Aye.
And Kevin?
Aye.
And Mark?
Aye.
Okay, I am as well. Thank you very much for working with us through this. And
Well, thank you, guys.
Sorry, Mr. Chair, can we just confirm the dates of the sign again so I can write those down? Was it in June?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
June 17th through the 24th.
Got it. Thank you.
Thanks. And Ben has joined us. Ben, can we confirm your access to the committee?
I'm here.
Excellent. So we're on agenda item number 2. And that is the wall sign revision at 4 Bayberry Court. Looks like we have the applicant on the line.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks. Can you introduce us to this application?
Yes, so I'm Kira, I'm from Marine. We submitted this application about a month ago and it got sent back for revisions. You guys wanted the campus sign map, all the signs on our campus. So I have included that and then included some revisions made in the last meeting.
Okay, so
Mr. Chair,
yes, Paul,
I'm going to excuse myself from this discussion.
thank you. Okay. So can we just understand where on the master sign application, can we see where this particular location is denoted on that master sign application? So we
Yeah,
can all see.
so yeah, if you want to go to that one, where the pin is across the street from our main building. It's in our old appliance service center or appliance center. And we closed down our appliances. We're making it a building materials window and door gallery. So it's just across the street from our main building.
Okay. And so looking at the master sign plan, it looks like in our pack, Billy, we only have the one page at the very end of this particular set. Am I right about that, or am I missing where the Marine? Oh, okay.
I don't know why that didn't copy.
Okay, well, let's.
Do you have a copy of it, Ciara? You could share potentially. I don't see a copy in here with the map with all signs.
I thought that I wrote it in this form.
Okay.
I do have, let me just find it really quick. I did make like a number part. Let me just get it really quick. Yeah, okay.
I think if you use
Should I
your screen.
share my screen? Yeah.
Yep.
Just give me 1 second. Can everyone see this?
Yes. All right, so it looks like
So
sign
it
4.
will be number 14.
Okay, and do you have a? I think we all recall there was a sign there. What did it say? Appliance Center. Do you have a picture of that?
Appliance showroom. Yep. Is it okay if I stop sharing to find that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Please.
I'll be able to do.
that.
I'll do all of them when I find it.
Okay. Keep looking for that. In the meantime, let's just go around and get some general comments from the board and keep rolling. We'll go Mark, Paul, and then Kevin, and then Ben.
Paul's recused, but
Oh, sorry. So thanks.
I think at least my concern was the continuity of the signage with other signage on the property or campus, and whether the logo had been included on the sign, I think, as currently proposed. I think we're now seeing examples of that exactly. So this does appear to be consistent. We've always had a sign in this location. So at present, I don't know that I have any concerns.
Okay, thanks, Mark. Let's go Kevin and then Ben.
I'm not quite, I'm not sure that I understand what Mark's concern is.
I don't have a concern, Kevin. I had a concern when this was reviewed last 2 weeks ago, I guess, because we weren't sure exactly. Yeah, the sign design is a bit different from the other signage. There's versus this two-color non-logoed quarter board, if you will. But they do have, if I'm not mistaken, some other examples of the sign they're
Yeah.
proposing on the campus. So there is some consistency. I was just concerned with.
Yeah, I get it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. I get it. I think we did allow that at some point in the past, so I have no concerns.
Thanks, Ben.
I'm trying to remember when we did the master sign plan, and I think I recall our concern was that Marine Home Center was pivoting away from kind of a quaint signage, corner boards, to more corporate, logoed approach, which I personally don't really enjoy. And I feel like now we're kind of getting the slow drip of that. This new sign is sort of got the logo. It's sort of corporate looking and not as quaint as the old corner board. So unfortunately, I'm not in favor. But I feel like we're being fed this one spoonful at a time rather than the whole meal. So I don't really like it.
And just to clarify, is it the anchor logo that's drawing you that direction?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably not an issue within the guidelines, but that's unfortunately my personal opinion. Sorry.
Gotcha.
I make a motion to approve unless Chris, you had comments. They could easily lease this building out. We could be looking at multiple signage on it. We're looking at one sign on a rather large building. There's no windows and signage being proposed, which easily could be exposed on Orange Street. I think it's minimal impact. I really have no concern given the application. So
Yeah.
I would make a motion to approve as submitted.
All right. Is there a second to that motion?
Oh, I'll second and agree with Mark.
Okay. Ben, I have to ask for your vote.
Aye.
Oh, okay. Kevin.
Aye.
Mark.
Aye.
Aye. I'm in favor as well. I think that just the 15% rule gives them the right to have that anchor, unfortunately, for your thoughts there, Ben. But thank you.
Thank you.
Gary, you're all set. Thanks for working with us.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Have a good day, guys.
You too. All right. Where are we on our agenda here?
We are on item number 3.
Amelia.
Drive, 5 Amelia Drive.
Right. I see Matt's on the line. So this is basically 3, 4, and 5 are all back to the same 5 Amelia Drive. Matt, you have the floor. Why don't you tell us what's new here?
Well, first of all, good morning, everybody. I think that we took what the board had suggested and generally had done that. We, unfortunately omitted the larger sign that's an existing sign at the front gable of the building and located it on that small gable pediment, if you will. And I think that was the biggest change we are still hoping to keep that number 5 sign on the side of the building on the east, but like I said, we had previously submitted a larger sign, which there is an existing sign up there, and shrunk that one down. But we feel that number 5 has been there since Cinco, and it's an existing sign, and feel like it's part of the identity of the building, and in the interest of maintaining some level of history, while albeit recent history, but I think collectively we feel like the idea that this number 5 this has been there for so many years, we want to maintain it. So we would love it to be more aligned with the color scheme, but based on the board's reception to it, specifically the denial, we'd just opt to keep it in place. So with that, I look forward to comments from the board, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Matt. So we'll look at the first sign that is on the agenda. That looks to be the one that's on the portico. And we're right now, the picture that we see shows the awning, but that's being replaced with permanent roof structure, right? According to the plans, just to make sure we're all looking at the plan correctly.
Yes, it's under construction, so the existing photos that we had at the time were, the awning was still there, so, but yeah, this.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to clarify that for everybody. So, all right, why don't we go Ben and then Paul, Kevin, Mark. And let's talk about just this sign. We'll go one at a time on each of these to kind of keep focus. So this is the entrance sign.
So, yeah, I'm very much in favor of this location. So thank you, Matt. I'm satisfied.
Yeah.
Right.
Could I just add one other thing briefly, Mr. Chair?
Sure.
We also added the micro serif, which was another request, I think.
Thank you. Looks great. Hope your clients think so too.
It took a little bit to explain what a micro serif was to the graphic designer, but we got there. So
Perfect. Thank you for doing that. It's noticeable.
yeah.
All right, that was Ben. Sorry, I just lost track of my order. Did I say it was going to go Kevin next?
Happy to jump in.
right.
I think it looks fine. I don't have any concerns.
All right, Mark.
I'm gonna put micro serif on a t-shirt. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, and I have no concerns. This looks fine. Thank you.
Great, Paul.
I really don't either, but I do have a question. Is it necessary to have 5 Amelia Drive on there? I think when people see the sign, they know where they are. We typically don't have addresses on the sign, I don't believe.
Matt, do you have any thoughts on that? Just if
I mean, the only thing, it's something I really want to talk about with the owners if I could, because usually if it's on there, they probably have some reason or rationale for it. And so I can certainly bring that back to them, but I'm assuming that it's on there. They have some reason for it to be on there. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but that's the kind of thing that I would just want to get their approval on before agreeing to omitting it, if that's okay with the board, Mr. Chair.
sure. Yeah, and I will say, being 22 inches tall, the sign, that lettering is probably only about an inch, if that high, for what it's. Okay, thanks, Paul. Does anybody want to make a motion with or without the concern for the press?
I make a motion to approve as submitted.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Okay, Ben. Paul, I'll give you a first vote on that. That's with the 5 Amelia Drive listed.
Aye.
Okay, Kevin.
Aye.
Ben
Aye.
and Mark.
Aye.
Okay, thank you guys. So that signs. The next one up is that the number sign, or is that the? Let's move over to, before we get to the number sign, let's do the okay, we've got the number sign on the screen. We're doing it. The number sign. Why don't we go? Yes.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Matt.
If I just wanted to say, technically, we're not asking for anything regarding that sign. So because it's an existing condition,
Okay.
I was just questioning myself, and I didn't mean to interrupt or interject, but just that because it's an existing sign, we're not proposing to make any changes to it. And so I just wonder if it's even worth discussing, unless the board feels that it, again, we could make it change the color scheme so that it's more in line with the color scheme that of the sign that we just sought approval for.
Okay, well, let me ask Billy. So, Billy, this is on our agenda as a revision, and I'm not sure if this is sign 2 or sign 3 according to the list that's listed here. But regarding this sign, would Matt be withdrawing the application if he's not looking to proceed with it as a revision, I guess, right?
Yes, I think, if it stays exactly how it is, we would need the application to be withdrawn. If the board were to approve a different color, then we would need the new COA number to travel with the change in the sign.
Right. So if we vote to deny the color change, that doesn't necessarily mean that this is kind of a tricky thing. We're not eliminating the sign, we're just denying the color change.
Yeah, and I think it may be beneficial to review the other sign first, and if the board has no issue with this sign, I think we could get the applicant to agree to submit a withdrawal letter, and then we don't have to deal with trying to figure out the finding or the legal way to issue a denial.
Okay, so why don't we move then to the side entrance sign first?
There's
All
a
right.
little lag time, so just bear with me.
No, it's on the screen now. Okay, Matt, and I know there was some discussion about putting this up on the actual gable, but you said that, was it size that was limited, or what was the reason for not putting it there? If you could remind us.
Sure. So this is an existing pent roof, a gable pent roof. And, if we were designing this from, the get-go, we probably would have lowered the height of the header beam so that it was closer within, like, say, 3 or 4 inches of the top of the door casing. So because this is an existing roof, I think that the original sign that was there, I basically think that they placed this pent roof where it was to account for the sign. So in some ways, the roof was kind of designed around that sign location. And so my hesitation about moving the sign up into the gable end of that pent roof, it just creates this really awkward space between the top of the door casing and the bottom of the header beam. And so basically that's why we think that the sign, we just want to replace that sign where it is. And again, if we were demoing it and rebuilding it, I'd be in total agreement about putting it where you're suggesting. But I think that short of that, it's just going to make that space an awkward space.
Okay, thanks for that. So let's see, I'm just looking down. Why don't we say Paul, Ben, Kevin, Mark? Paul, take it away.
Yeah, I have no concerns as is.
Okay, Ben,
No concerns.
Kevin,
No concerns. Motion to approve.
well, it's Mark.
No concerns either.
All right. Kevin, did you have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second,
All right, thanks, Mark.
Aye.
Ben,
Aye.
Paul,
aye.
Kevin.
Aye.
Okay, thank you, Matt. All right, now let's talk about, there is an application before us to change the colors of this sign that's existing and approved. We can have a discussion on whether we approve changing the color scheme.
So
Yes, start with Ben. We'll say Ben, Paul, Mark, Kevin. Oh, sorry, Mark, Matt.
I just want, if I could, Mr. Chair, just add just one small thing. So this is obviously, not a, hill to die on per se, but I do think for what it's worth, this sign was added many, many years ago, or many in the context of Nantucket history. It actually goes back much further, but, we all know that, there was Cinco and there was, it's just kind of an interesting sign. And I think it has some value and a reference to a previous time in a recent history. And I know that it might not meet the current sign guidelines, but I do think that there is some value to maintaining some connection to our recent history. And that's why we are humbly asking that we could to keep it or change the colors, really, I guess, in the context of this application. So thank you.
Okay. Thanks for pointing that out. I think I've lost track of what I said. Is it Ben, Paul, Mark, Kevin?
Yeah, so I'm sure that there's some size limitation to the a building number, like whatever 5 Amelia Drive, you have it on your front door or whatever. you know, I'm seeing the sign, it's not advertisement, they're not advertising the business in any way. I almost see it as like a decorative architectural thing rather than a sign to identify a business. If it said Hive or was a bee or something, then I would take a different approach to it. But I feel like it's just an oversized building number, like a post office address. So I have no problem with this as an architectural feature rather than a advertising sign. I don't have a problem with this.
All right, thanks. And just to be clear, there are some options in here. So color option A is the green, the Essex green version. So just to let us all be aware, there's a few different options being presented here. So why don't we say Paul?
I'm in favor of keeping the sign as is, including the existing colors.
Okay. In that case, it would be just withdrawing the application.
Right.
Mark?
Yeah, I do recall, I think this was drawn from an old whaling ship, the Cinco, as I think back on Nantucket history. I made that up. All right, so I don't have a problem with it. And if they want to go to the Essex, it actually mutes it a little bit more. I don't have a concern with that either. So,
Kevin?
Is that correct that is choice or request to go to an Essex green?
Yeah, color option.
Yeah, through you, Mr. Chair, that was Mark. Yeah, that was the idea, is to try to mute it as much as possible. Right now,
Yeah.
I think the 5 is gold. So
Yeah, no concern.
Okay, Kevin?
I think it's kind of a veiled attempt to have a third sign. I don't have an issue if the existing one stays.
Okay. I would actually, I prefer color option A personally. I think it does help mute it. If it's going to stay, we should probably just let it be, as muted as possible. So I personally do prefer color option A than the existing sign. So sounds like we have sort of a consensus here, but would somebody like to make a motion?
Make a motion, I guess, as filed with the color change to Essex green.
For option A?
Option A, yes.
All right, so that's a motion by Mark.
I'll second that.
All right, Ben. Kevin, are you in favor?
Aye.
Paul?
Aye.
Ben?
Aye.
Mark?
Aye.
I am as well. So
thank you very much.
thank you.
Thanks for pointing out, Mark. Is the Nina, the Pinta, Santa Maria, and the
That's
Cinco.
what it was. I knew it was one of those.
The sink.
Have a great day. We'll see you.
Thanks, Ben. Okay, Billy, I assume enforcement is not something you're dealing with?
No, it's not something I'm dealing with. I know I've given Nikki a few pointers over the past couple weeks, and I know she's been actively pursuing a few things. So I know she was out yesterday and today, I believe. I'm sure she's back this week, and I think the next meeting she can provide an update. But when I talked to her, has she been providing you guys, has there been any correspondence or?
Not in the way of like a list or an update that, it would be nice if we could see a spreadsheet, just so that we know what's being addressed and we're not.
Well, then I'll make a note to maybe send out an updated copy of the spreadsheet in advance of the next meeting.
That'd be great. Let me open it up to the commissioners. Any discussion on enforcement? Just open the floor.
No.
I mean, we got a lot of violations out there. I see new ones every day. We gotta do a cleanup. It's sort of like a germ, just keeps kind of spreading. I think proprietors see one sign, at a neighboring business, and then they plants a seed and it goes from there. So we should probably, it's just a matter of carving out the time to go around and document and then identify the locations. I guess we'll submit it, but it's quite a proliferation right now. Oddly, they're not horrible looking. They've done a tasteful job, but they're all in violation. I will say that.
And so at the request of Leslie, send anything to me that I can then forward on to just so that there's that channel happen. But I'll forward anything I receive. Any other comments from commissioners? No. Any motions someone would like to make?
Motion to adjourn.
I'll
All
second
right.
it.
I'm going to give it to Mark. Second is to Ben. Kevin, are you in favor?
Aye.
Paul
Aye.
and Ben.
Aye.
Mark.
Aye.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
All right, thanks, everybody.
You guys.
Thank you. Have a good day, everyone.
See ya.